So it's a hot day here at AOAA, and we're here with Redbeard, Chris and Melissa, and just a dusty day. We met up with Dave, and we'll hear from him a little bit, but it's a pretty quiet day. I think there's a Jeep 4x4 full-size event going on. At least there was in the morning, so there were more people out there, but it's a Friday, so there's not much going on here, and we're gonna see if I can fit in this with that.
Well, we always love coming to AOAA. Our main goal here today was to meet with Dave, ask him a few questions, and also to visit the portal trail that goes into town down at the Shamokin. Have something neat, maybe see some of the businesses that are down there, and just give you an overview that now on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I think also Monday, at any time between the normal operating hours of AOAA, you can go through the gates and you can go ahead and visit Shamokin. And it's great for food and fuel and more, and I know it'll be expanding more and more. It's just a great experience to do that you can't do anywhere else, legally at least in the Pennsylvania area. Minersville does it and a couple other places try it, but this is a great exercise in what can be done with safe policies and practice and working with the town and making it safe for everyone. I think overall it'll grow, so we'd like you to just check this out and hear what Dave has to say. Check out our other videos. We have plenty of videos of our riding at AOAA. This is just an update to give you so you have an idea what's going on, so stay tuned.
Okay, Dave Porzi, Director of Operations for the Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area. Some things that have been happening here at the AOA. Obviously, the Mammoth Trail has now finally opened on the Western Reserve. The benefit now, other than we have this extreme rock trail built, that DEP, Bureau of Inventive Mine Reclamation, was so generous to do, is now the access to the west is minutes instead of going out 101, up 113 to 102, down 125 to get to the west like we've had to do for the past 2.5 years. Now you can go out 101, hook a right onto 115, go down past the Whaleback, and you're into the middle of the rock project and out on the Western Reserve. And the area that had the pipe that washed out in 2018 by the Lower Pineys, that is now repaired, and everybody can get across that. So getting out to the west now is minutes. Instead of the rocky trail across the top of the mountain. We're done. It's over. Now everybody can get out there pretty quick. So we're excited that this is now opened up. Some things that are happening here in the future of the AOAA. The next step is going to be an under-the-road box culvert. The road crossing that everyone currently uses on Route 125. We spoke with DCNR. We applied for a grant. We were awarded the grant to put this box culvert in. Hopefully construction will start late this year, we're hoping. And what it's going to consist of is a 12x12 box culvert underground. So instead of crossing 125 on the highway, you're now going to drive under Route 125. And it's going to be 75 to 100 yards south of where the current road crossing is. Mainly due to safety, getting people across very easily now, and getting back, and we don't have to close gates and things like that. The other project that we're working on is we're going to be putting in campground style, state park style bathrooms in the area out by the Mammoth Rock Trail. That's going to be hopefully going in spring of next year with timing. We're going to have 2 bathrooms out there. They're going to be solar paneled. Rest station area for you to stop. If you're out here on the east, it's 20 to 25 minutes to get back to the trailhead. When you're out on the west to get back here, you're upwards of 50 minutes to an hour to get back, depending where you are. Putting it in that central location out there by the Mammoth Trail, everybody will be able to get to it pretty quick and easy. So we're excited about getting that put in. Today, Mike, you're here to talk a little bit more about the portal trail. Now, the portal trail itself, back in 2018, the mayor of Shamokin, John Brown, approached us about the idea of getting riders into the city. And we were at a meeting called SABRE, which is Shamokin Area Businesses for Economic Revitalization. And I went to their meeting, and they approached us and said, hey, would you be able to get the riders downtown for an event? And I said, yeah, we could probably do it, but it would take, 12 to 18 months in the planning to do it right, make sure everybody's safe and the businesses are ready, et cetera, et cetera. And they wanted it in a month and a half. And we were able to pull it off. Granted, there were some headaches. We had 60 volunteers downtown. It was a 2.5-hour wait to get your ticket here, and we learned a lot from that event. Since then, to get your passes, everything is pretty quick and easy coming here to the trailhead and buying them and going downtown. But the whole idea with the portal was to spur business and tourism into the city, which was one of our key components when we opened up. The AOA was built on 3 things: economic development, conservation, and recreational opportunities. So this was part of the economic development side with the stay and ride concept. Currently, it's backwards. You're either coming here and riding out in the mountain and then going downtown, or you're staying at a hotel, and while you're here, you can go downtown and get gas and eat lunch, etc. Prior to COVID coming, there were plans for 2 hotels. That is still going to happen. It just, COVID sidelined all the funding in the hospitality industry. So that gentleman is working with his investors. It's going to happen, and the stay and ride concept will come into play here, hopefully in another year or so. But currently, you can come. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is what the city allows us to let the riders into town. The portal trail itself is about 3 miles in length, and it's property that we lease from local landowners. And the trail basically was already there. We just opened it up. And it's a pretty unique trail itself, and that brings you down into an area, into the city, where it's an old church. It's called Bamsey. It's a coffee shop. There's also a museum inside there for some of the history of the city of Shamokin and Cole Township. There's also a museum in there for WYSL Radio, which was the premier AM station back in the day here in the area. So if you get a chance, stop in and see that. Some of the key places to eat downtown with the AOA supporters, you have, Ale House, you have Heritage Restaurant, you have Lost Mind, and you have Bruisers. You can also hit Turkey Hill to get your fuel, some snacks. You can get the Wises to the grocery store while you're downtown. And there are other businesses within the city that do support us. But if you're looking for something to eat, any one of those is great. You also have Coney Island for the original Shamokin style type food. Get a burger or dog down there. You have OIP, you got Wendy's. So there is a lot to do within the city. The cigar bar has now opened up. So you definitely can, get something when you're downtown. And we're looking to eventually change a little bit of the portal trail. We're going to add some sections to it. Not necessarily to make it longer, but make it a little easier for the rider, less dust, more canopy trail to get into the city. And if you've ever gone down it, you're driving down that power line, it gets dusty. We're gonna change that up here for the fall to get you guys in more of the trees to make it a little more interesting. So, and we want people to go downtown. We want you to spend that money within the city. And again, we have to thank all the people within the Shamokin City Council, the businesses, SABRE, our local officials who have stood behind us and understood the vision. Because for my board and the team of people that we have working here, this isn't just a project. This project comes from here, from the heart. We're all extremely passionate about this sport and the outdoors and conservation. And there's a lot of things that we have going on that a lot of people don't know about. We have now partnered with Tread Lightly, and we'll be doing a 50-50 event here, I believe, in November with a cleanup with them. So it's about the stewardship of cleaning up the property and, packing out what you pack in and picking up garbage when you see it. If everybody would bring back even a half a garbage bag of something when they're out on the trail, that helps everybody out. So that's one of the things that we're working on, is the conservation side of the AOAA. And we're looking to some bigger and better things in the future. Those I really can't talk about yet because they're in the works. But you know, we're excited to get keep people coming and enjoying this property and doing things the right way. We know that we do get some flack about our rules. You know, we know we get some flack about our rules, but the thing of it is safety first. That's the way we got to look at it. And we use the F word here, family. We want the people coming back, bringing the family. We're seeing more and more multi-passenger units showing up here where the parents are bringing the kids out and enjoying the weekend. And that's really what it's all about, keeping the kids in this sport instead of being on their smartphones and their devices. So, you know, as we always say, it's another great day at the AOAA.
We'd like to thank Dave for taking the time and telling us a little bit about the AOAA and future plans. It's a great place to ride, and it just gets better and better. We were able to get into town, we had something to eat at the Heritage, and then we did some riding, and the eastern and the western region never disappoint. Very well labeled. You can see many of our videos that we've done reviewing this location, and we're sure that we'll be able to come back and do a detailed town episode where we can visit all different businesses and show you a little more. We appreciate you watching. Do us a favor, go ahead and leave us a comment and tell us, what do you like the best about AOAA? What's your favorite part of it? And what would you like to see at AOAA? We appreciate you watching, and we hope to see you out there on the trail. Thanks.